Now, SaVon, I am upset with the players who participated, but I wanted to talk about the other side of this that I don't think is getting enough attention. I understand that prosecutors, people in the feds, just people on that side of the law, the way they get their promotions, how they move up are these high-level cases, right? So I understand as to why it's alluring to, hey, we're going to do the photo op of Terry Rozier. We're going to do a photo op of Chauncey Billups. We're going to catch him coming out. But they talking about the players involved. What about the actual mob members who are involved? We don't see their face. They're not talking about them enough. And I don't think enough people know that 4 out of the 5 crime families were involved in this. I'm talking Gambino, Bonanno, Genovese. Like, these are historic mob families. And I do feel like it's unfortunate, though they did participate and they should be disappointed on it because you basically just disgrace your family. But I wish it would be a bit more balanced in terms of like who we're trying to expose here. But again, because I understand how things work here, I understand, I get it. It's more alluring to go get a Terry Rozier. Okay, we're going to talk about Chauncey Billups. We're going to demean him, but then not do the same for the other people involved. It's basically annoying. It's also a distraction about something I don't really want to talk about, but it has to do with the FBI. What's this guy's name? Patel? Cash Patel? I'm going to just leave it at this. I think the feds are taking up certain cases to distract us from other cases.
What cases?
Epstein files.
Got it.
I know there's certain Democrats, not to get political, but there's certain Democrats, certain people in government who are trying to get those released as of now. And I think this is an amazing way to distract everyone. Because like you said, it took over the timeline. It's something that's never been done. We've never seen a probe like this before. Right. So, you know, just as disappointed as I am in the NBA players, I'm also looking at the other side of things.
Absolutely.
Like, man, this shit is crazy out here.
Absolutely. And you know, sports and entertainment is the easiest way to distract us.
Yeah.
We are very a gullible society, especially here in the United States. We've built our allure off of sports and entertainment. You know, that's one of the driving points in our celebrity, right? In this country. So it does make sense when you see the headlines is not going to be those, you know, the mafia, the mob families. We're not going to see them. They're not as recognizable, right? Like one of those guys could walk through this door right now. They could have all the power, the influence, the money. I don't know if I'm necessarily going to run and click on those things, opposed to if it's a Terry Rozier and a Chauncey Billups. So that also goes into the concept of propaganda and media influence, which is why I think we get this. And also it's always been a story to villainize the black man.
Yes.
And I'm not even that guy to go there, but it's the truth.
It's
right?
just the truth.
That's what's gonna get us to click. And when I say us, I mean society to click on something. The former NBA, rich, wealthy NBA, because that's the other part of the conversation, which is where I lack the empathy that maybe some do have. Where it's like, all right, if this is true, which we do know, the feds, FBI, they have a very high rate of conviction. They normally don't come knocking unless they can, you know, prove their case. They've proven their case. They've done all the work. And they're kind of like, they're like the Kendrick Lamar of law enforcement. Okay? They
Pop out when they're ready?
No, they did all their research. They've been waiting. They've been collecting. They've been making a case for years. While you on tour, right? While you having fun, while you think you're in the basement getting these games off with X-ray vision. Nigga turn into Tony Stark. It's like when you're doing all of that and it's fun and it's cute and you think you get money, cool. We're going to be collecting data. We're going to be watching you guys. We are tapped in everywhere, and we're just going to wait when it's our time to strike. Again, I liken it to Kendrick Lamar because a lot of people, we actually had an argument off air with Ish and his guy about the whole battle. And one of the points was like, yo, I don't want to say who said, but one of the people said, it was an unfair advantage for Kendrick Lamar to be as prepared as he was for Drake, because while Drake was touring and selling album and being this rock star superstar, Kendrick was sitting back collecting data, and he had these diss tracks pre-recorded or pre-written waiting for this moment. He had done the research, right? And one of my points in the argument was, great, that's what you're supposed to do when you're trying to win a battle, a war. And that's what the FBI does. They don't go into things where they don't feel like they can win or are going to win. And their percentage proves that.
That's a fact.
So much like that with this case, when I see millionaires, multi-millionaires caught up in something like this, it's really, really difficult for me to give a fuck.
I feel you, bro. Is it not enough?
How much more money do you need?
This is what I'm saying. Like, mind you taking from people who probably have gambling addictions. We're not talking about ourselves, but you're taking from people who don't have as much money as you, have never garnered as much money as you, and we want to feel like we're involved into the sport as well. Mm-hmm. And in our way that we're trying to do it, we can't even do it in a fair way. So that does bother me. And I'm with you. I don't feel nothing for y'all. Y'all was Chauncey Billups was making $9 million a year as a head coach. How much more do you need?
Like, what more do you want? What are you doing?
But again, they speak about this a lot. A lot of times, just competitors want to compete, right?
All right, go to the YMCA, nigga. Go join a league.
Oh no, I'm not.
Go to the Big Three. Yeah, Ice Cube did this for you.
I'm not defending it. With me, it's always the psychology of things.
No,
like,
for sure.
Right, like,
absolutely.
What's the why into this, right? And for these athletes, Terry Rozier was playing for a bum ass team.
But he's in Miami. You in one of the littest cities in the country to be a rich nigga.
But that's the thing, though, right? He had more parameters. Miami, when you get to Miami, it's a strict program. Pat Riley, Eric Spoelstra. Yeah, Pat Riley, Eric Spoelstra. It's a whole different things of how we do things in Charlotte, right? Mm-hmm. So now you had your free reign. You was probably bored as fuck. All right, you was like, all right, bet. You got to Miami. You're like, damn, I feel a bit hindered and limited. I could see a motherfucker where he's like, you know what? I don't see myself winning a ring. I'm trying to compete elsewhere, which is the problem. And again, this stems back to way past the 2000s, man.
The motives with Terry Rozier seem to be a little bit different than the motives with Chauncey Billups, where Chauncey Billups was being a part of, and some could even say potentially extorted, allegedly, all of these things, right? It was an organized crime scenario with Chauncey Billups, whereas Terry Rozier, his alleged motives were, yo, I'm just trying to get my niggas paid. Right? I'm just trying to get my mans, yo, hey.
Yeah.
You know, I'm in the, whatever. This is the situation. Just bet the under, you go get 20,000 off of this.
Yeah.
In my head, I'm like, all right, you know what, Lam, if you don't mind, look up Terry Rozier's contract and career earnings while, you know, we kind of talk through this. But if you really wanted to give your man some type of come up, some type of quick hit. Just give him money. You got it.
Nah.
You got it in a real way, Brodesky.
Rich niggas don't do that. Rich niggas that want to see you work hard, want to see you at least try, right? So I think that was his version of, all right, try.
That's not trying. That is far from trying. And also, I want to take this time to salute and applaud LeBron James. Because when you really want to help your people, your circle, your team, the people that grew up with you, and you want to give them opportunities and you want to allow them to earn money in a respectable way, you all put yourselves in a position to do just that. Every single NBA player. Yeah. I think everybody needs to start watching sports with a different eye. And I realized this maybe a year or two ago. I got a chance to meet Aaron Rodgers. Shout out to Pierre. He took me on set to film a shoot at the Jets facility. And I got a chance to meet Aaron Rodgers and the owner of the Jets, Woody Johnson.
Woody Johnson?
So I got to see these guys pretty up close and personal. It was a really weird encounter. Pierre was like, hey, can you mic up Aaron Rodgers? I said, bitch, I can't even mic up me. Fuck you mean? Can I mic up? Like, no, I cannot. But I was in close proximity to Aaron Rodgers. Yeah. What I realized on that day, in that very moment, that had been probably the most, no, not probably, he was definitely the greatest athlete that I had met in person, that I had came across and
at that point,
been around and seen how he moved and his team, and everything was just really on point and focused to detail. But what I realized in that moment was that these athletes, these players that we look up to, that we can hearken and relate so many memories to them, they are all individual businesses. Every professional athlete are their own ecosystem. They are a planet that have an orbit around it and moving pieces that allow that one person to flourish in their career on and off the court, on and off the field. Yeah. And so somebody like a Terry Rozier, once you get a contract with X amount of millions, you are now a business asset, right? You have the responsibility to the organization and the league, and then you also have the responsibility to yourself. And because you're you're a contracted worker at these points. Yeah. And we don't view it like that because, they do such a great job, right? We don't necessarily say, hey, this player's contract, right? When you get a contract in that way, yes, you're an employee, but you are a contracted employee of that league, which is why you see players can't really be vocal about social injustices in some cases, because it goes against what the league, their employer, stands for and wants to promote. So somebody like a Terry Rozier, I look at him and I'm like, yo, bro, if you really wanted to bless people, just bless them. Put them in a position.
Right.
Give them an opportunity. Like LeBron James, one of the reasons why he is so great is because people are like, yo, he changed how players navigate themselves in business.